Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're diving into something that is equal parts chilling and absolutely fascinating. We're going to run a massive thought experiment based on the concepts from The World Without Us. We're mapping out exactly what would happen to Earth if, suddenly, humanity just vanished. So picture this. It's just an ordinary morning. There's no warning, no giant explosions, and no alien abductions. Just poof. Every single human on Earth disappears in an instant. What's left is this absolute, heavy silence across the entire globe. Just totally empty cities. But here's the thing. The world wouldn't just end peacefully. Right at that exact second we vanish, millions of vehicles are still moving. Cars would blindly crash into buildings and highways. Trains would just speed down their tracks until they derailed. Up in the sky, airplanes suddenly lose all communication. I mean, sure, autopilot might keep a few airborne for a little while, but their fuel inevitably runs out, and they just plummet. And down below, millions of phones are just ringing in empty rooms, echoing to nobody. It's basically immediate localized chaos. Part 1. The first 24 hours. Chaos and darkness. It is crazy how fast our highly automated world fails without us there to baby it. Within literally minutes of those vehicle crashes, unchecked fires start spreading through kitchens and factories. Fast forward a few hours, our fossil fuel plants start automatically shutting down, and by the 24-hour mark, our global electrical grids become completely unstable. Continent by continent, the Earth just goes dark. And that loss of power triggers a guaranteed catastrophic chain reaction at our nuclear power plants. It's a terrifying sequence. Step 1. The backup generators run out of fuel. Step 2, the critical cooling systems fail. Step 3, those massive reactors start to overheat. And finally, you get huge, uncontained radioactive meltdowns happening all over the globe with literally no one left to stop it. Part 2, 1 week to 1 month, nature's swift return. We rely so heavily on hidden infrastructure that we don't even think about. Without engineers running the underground pumps, within a week, our massive subway systems simply flood, gone. At 2 weeks, all refrigeration has failed, meaning cities start to really smell of decay. By month 1, without active maintenance, buildings start breaking down. Even up in space, our satellites begin to fail. Basically, our whole digital world goes completely dark. Down on the ground, this creates a pretty brutal divide in the animal kingdom. Trapped indoors, pets that we've bred entirely for companionship face starvation. Let's be real, your pug is just not equipped for the wild. But contrast that with natural predators. Lions, monkeys, and elephants actually manage to escape their zoo enclosures. Meanwhile, feral cats lean right back into their ancient instincts and become highly successful, dominant hunters everywhere. It creates this incredibly surreal picture. Wild animals basically treat our abandoned monuments of commerce as their new habitats. You'd have wolves moving right into the quiet suburbs, birds flying inside massive, empty shopping malls to build their nests. You might even find bears just sleeping inside the decaying lobbies of 5-star luxury hotels. Part 3. 1 year to a decade. The Great Reclaiming. During this decade-long stretch, a massive biological rebound happens worldwide. Wildlife populations absolutely explode. Bison return to open lands, and forests rapidly expand. The ocean life and coral reefs, they recover incredibly fast without commercial fishing. Meanwhile, human infrastructure is doing the exact opposite. It shrinks to a mere fraction of the Earth's footprint, steadily crumbling right back into the dirt. Because as it turns out, water and vegetation are absolutely relentless. Grass easily pushes its way through thick concrete highways. Vines literally tear apart shattered skyscrapers. Steel bridges without fresh coats of paint collapse from heavy corrosion. And without our constant pumping systems keeping the water at bay, coastal cities like New Orleans and Venice flood heavily. They literally return to being unrecognizable swamps. Part 4. Centuries later, erasing civilization. Now let's zoom way out into deep time. The sheer scale of erasure here is staggering. At 100 years, most wooden buildings are completely gone, and rusted skyscrapers are falling. By 500 years, New York is just a swampy wilderness, and Dubai is buried right back under the desert sand. And at 1,000 years, the internet, social media, millions of photos, our entire digital history simply vanishes. It's completely erased because there's no power left to store any of it. So what actually survives? Only the absolute strongest, most enduring structures make it past that 1,000-year test. We're talking massive stone monuments. Things like the Great Pyramids, parts of the Great Wall of China, Mount Rushmore, and, ironically, our deep underground nuclear waste storage sites. Those will stand as silent monoliths to a totally forgotten species.
Part 5. Our Fading Legacy. The Philosophical Shift.
Now, looking at the environmental impact of our disappearance, it is undeniably positive for the planet. Air pollution plummets almost immediately, like within weeks of our factories shutting down. And CO2 levels steadily decrease over the centuries as the Earth heals without continuous industrial damage. The atmosphere literally stabilizes itself. Which, forces a pretty uncomfortable question. Could Earth actually survive better without humans? It's a really tough pill to swallow, but scientists strongly believe the planet would biologically recover, heal its oceans, and stabilize its climate at an astonishing rate without our daily footprint. But this comes with an incredibly poignant trade-off. Yes, Earth gains healed oceans, flourishing natural ecosystems, and a stabilized climate. But the universe loses art. It loses science, medicine, music, exploration, love, and our unmatched human intelligence. So the planet gets healthier, for sure, but it loses our incredible culture and the entire human story forever. Think about this. Millions of years from now, a distant, newly evolved creature could walk across Earth without ever knowing giant cities existed right beneath its feet. Imagine a future being walking over the dust of our greatest monuments, completely unaware that we built rockets, mapped the human genome, or dreamed of immortality. To them, it's just dirt. The source text leaves us with this really chilling thought, and nature would continue as if we were never here at all. The planet survives easily without us, but our voices and our history disappear into complete silence. So it really makes you wonder, if everything we've ever built is destined to eventually become dust, what is the true value of the legacy we're choosing to leave behind today? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.